Coming up, we discuss insurance thoughts, James River Insurance leaving Uber, plus dollar surge thoughts, and more. A special thanks to JT Legal Group. They can be reached by phone at 888-542-6351 or click the link on our website at kingofuber.com. From Southern and Central California, you're listening to the King of Uber podcast. This is episode 75. And here he is, the King of Uber, Johnny.
Hello, all you drivers and listeners out there in the world. Welcome to another episode of Craziness with the King.
That's what it's called, Craziness with the King.
That's right.
We've officially changed the name of the show from King of Uber to Craziness with the King.
We have not officially done any of that stuff, so
it's good to be the king.
It is good to be the king. Let's see. We're sorry for being a couple of days late on this podcast. Dolph was in Portland, Oregon, doing something. I don't know what. He's keeping a secret.
It was good. Had a little mini vacation over the weekend.
So all you listeners that are pissed off that we didn't have an episode on Monday, blame it on him.
We haven't had an episode on Monday in months.
And whose fault is that?
I don't know. Not all my fault.
Lonnie?
What?
Must be your fault then.
I'm just minding my business.
Well, this is your business too, young lady.
I blame Uber.
Anyway.
Uber is to be blamed for us not having shows.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a couple interesting topics I want to talk about today. I've been doing a lot of thinking for the past month. So I know a lot of people are worried about their insurance and what insurance to have and what rideshare coverage you should have. This is my expert opinion. I've been really looking into this, and I've been weighing all the numbers and the amounts and what you can save and what's the best coverage, what's the best insurance company, this and that. So this is my quick recommendation. If you are a full-time driver that drives a lot, does a lot of trips, does a lot of miles, you are best off using State Farm, Allstate, or Farmers Insurance. And the reason why I say that is because all three companies, if you get into an accident, rather than waiting for Uber to come out and try to fix your car, those companies will help you get your car fixed as soon as possible. And they'll probably help you with a rent-a-car while you don't have a car. Even though you can't drive with the rent-a-car, at least you'll have a car to get around. And they also help you with the gap deductible insurance, which I think is very important, especially for you guys that drive Lyft. Now, if you're a hard-time driver and don't have rideshare insurance, you would be very, very irresponsible, and I'm going to say you would be very stupid, and don't take that as an insult, if you're going to be driving for Lyft. And I'll tell you why. If you don't have any of the three of those rideshare company endorsements, because number one, they don't help you with your gap deductible, which is $2,500. Now, if you have $2,500 laying around and you want to drive Lyft, then go right ahead. Here's the worst case scenario that could happen. You don't have rideshare insurance. Somebody hits you, and it's an uninsured motorist. Hit you, and then you don't have the right coverage, you don't have the right endorsement. Basically, you're going to have to pay for your car repairs all by yourself, and there's probably no repercussions on getting someone to pay for it. Now, if Lyft does say, okay, we'll help you pay for it, and your damages are only $2,500, well, Lyft's not paying anything.
Yeah, because you're responsible for anything under $2,500.
Right, yeah. But at least on Uber, it's still, only $1,000.
Yeah.
Now, $1,000 and $2,500, that's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know you drivers out there that do Uber Lux and, or not Uber Lux, Lyft Lux and Black and all that other stuff on Lyft. Even if you're a part-time driver, you better get one of the three major insurance companies. as a rideshare endorsement with at least $50,000 coverage because you'll get the gap deductible rate. Now, to have one of those three companies is much higher than having something like, a company like Mercury or Geico or Foremost or, something like that. Now, if you're a part-time driver and you're driving, I'd say 20 hours a week, I would recommend you go with Mercury or Foremost or Geico or somebody else because you could have your rates really low. But be warned, they do not help you if you get into an accident while you're working on the job. They don't help you with gap deductible. They don't help you with rent-a-car. They don't help you get your car fixed. They expect Uber or Lyft to do it. So this is one of the big reasons, another big reason why I think Lyft sucks. Because the deductible is too high. And for you regular Lyft drivers, I still don't understand why you're still driving for Lyft. They pay less. Their mileage calculation and Uber's calculation are two different. You could do a same 10-mile ride on Uber and same 10-mile ride on Lyft, and you'll probably get paid $1.25 to $1.50 less on Lyft than you would on Uber.
Question for you. Do you suggest those who are doing the rental program have additional rideshare insurance on top of whatever Uber and Lyft is providing?
That's an excellent question, Lonnie. About time you asked us an excellent question, because I know you don't do that very often, but I thank you this time. Just kidding, Lonnie.
I hate him.
Don't we all?
I'm just kidding. Anyway, so
Do you hope to have a baby?
Sorry.
when you do the rental program with Lyft or Uber, just remember that you're only covered when you're driving with your app on. Now, when you're off your app, what these rental companies don't tell you is that you also need your personal coverage, which I think is stupid. So let's say you're on the Fare program, okay? Now, when you're driving with Fare and you have a passenger in your car, your Uber will take care of your insurance. But when you're driving offline and using your Fare car for private or personal use, if you get into an accident, you are not covered.
So you need to invest into like personal insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So could that actually be like anyone really? So like you said, it could be Geico, it could be
Right.
it could be like
but
AAA
that all
if
you
you
just
wanted
need
to.
is personal. You don't need a rideshare endorsement on that one, okay? Because when you're driving and you have passengers or your app is on, that's when you're covered. So I do recommend if you're on one of the rental programs, you should always have your app on when you're driving, because then you're covered. You could say that you were working just in case you hit somebody or somebody hit you. Then your insurance is covered. Okay.
So they do cover that stage 1 where your app is on, but you're not on a ride.
Well, that's actually stage 2 now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So now insurance companies, they've all changed because there was too much gray area last year with this stages 1, 2, and 3. So now stages 2 and 3 are basically the same. Whether you have a customer in your car, you don't have a customer in your car, as long as your app is on, you're supposed to be covered. Okay.
Okay, so technically it's like 2 stages now?
Now it's like 2 stages, but before it used to be 3. Because stage 2 used to be if your app is on, you're not covered by rideshare, but if you get a ping and you're on your way to a customer, then you're covered by rideshare.
Just to kind of recap here. So if you're doing this full time, get the good insurance, regardless.
Yes.
If you're doing this part time, if you're doing Uber, you're probably fine with just regular insurance.
Well, you still need rideshare insurance with the $50,000 coverage, because if you do get into an accident and you do decide to sue, then Uber doesn't have any loopholes for them to pay for your medical, get your car fixed, and for monetary losses or, to get paid for pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
that's very, very important.
And then if you're doing this part-time Lyft, absolutely you should get it, because that deductible is like $2,500.
Well, the deductible's too high, and everybody knows how much Uber and Lyft suck. If you get into an accident on a Monday, do you think your car's gonna be fixed up by a Friday?
Absolutely not.
And you think they have investigators out in every city to go check out your car, check out the police report? You know, those companies, what they do is they wait for the police report to come in. They find out whose fault's in the accident. They'll call your insurance company. Oh, wait, you don't have rideshare insurance? Oh, well, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't cover you then. And then they're going to figure out the, average cost of what your car's going to get, how much it's going to get fixed. And if it's under $2,500, they're just going to say, well, you're on your own, buddy, right? For Lyft. And then let's say it's like $5,000 or $6,000. Well, they're still going to take their time. Then what are you going to do? You're going to fork money out on your own for to get a rent-a-car, and you still can't use that for Uber and Lyft. So just protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Protect yourself. Now, like I said, if you're just part-time, just don't do Lyft. Just do Uber. Just get rideshare insurance, and then, you'll be safe.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have any questions, you can always write to us at King of Uber. If you need more clarification, we'll be more than happy to try to answer your questions.
And don't we have insurance representatives from the group?
Yes, we do. But we have too many now. In my personal group page here in Orange County, I'll be introducing Anthony. He's going to be helping all the people that are part-time insurance people to get the lowest rates and best coverage. For your full-time people, I'm going to recommend State Farm, Allstate, Farmers. Okay, just keep that in mind. Before I forget, I'd like to give a shout out to Jacob out in Knoxville, Tennessee. He wrote us a nice little message telling us, he's been listening to our show and that he's been learning to work smarter, not harder, which really appreciate it. I went into your Facebook profile, Jacob, and I see you're married with 3 kids. Congratulations. Hope you have a healthy and happy family. And I really think the guy is super sweet. So even though he's a gun lover, which I'm not, but I don't judge. People have their, this is America. You get to believe what you want to believe. But again, Jacob, thank you for listening. So what else is on? Oh, speaking about insurance. So James River is leaving Uber at the December 31st. So, for the next 3 months, basically, James River will be covering all incidents and accidents until then. They will still be responsible for all the accidents or, ongoing litigation until that time. But January 1st, 12/01, Uber needs to have another insurance company or legally drivers will not be covered on New Year's Eve.
I can only imagine at the Uber offices right now, the bunch of insurance companies are sending them donuts, flowers, food, just so that they can get that account.
Dolph, I say that. I doubt they're doing that only because of one reason. This company's not being profitable, so I doubt they're going to be sending Uber donuts just because if James River says they're not profitable, I'm sure they're going to find another insurance company, but I think that, they're going to have to probably charge Uber a lot more money.
Oh, so they need an insurance company that's probably sucker drivers, like ping whores. They're just
no, they need... They need to, send them... They just need to charge more money to have us drivers covered.
Yeah, or they can find the ping whores of the insurance world.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't know who they are, but...
Did we talk about when this is going to take into effect already?
Yeah, December 31st, James River's out.
So that means that they would have to find a new company, right?
Yeah, before then. They have to find one before then. But I know Uber. Let's say they don't find somebody before then. They're still going to let us all drive.
That's ridiculous.
I know, of course.
So let's see on one of the busier nights of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't even know who Lyft use, but I'm sure they're going to figure something out. I mean, they got time. So I got an interesting message from one of our listeners and Facebook friends, Mike. Mm-hmm. He told me, and I knew this before he emailed or he sent me a message. And a lot of people know that I know a lot of stuff that I don't share with a lot of people. But so John Marquez might be mad at me, but I think that the drivers have a right to know.
Yeah, so, and you know what? I honestly think this is nothing that will ruin anyone else's drive or a day. So.
No, that's true.
I say, let it out.
Yeah, I do have a lot of gas in my stomach right now.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Let me let it out. Oh, yeah, baby.
Really?
Okay,
Really?
I'm back. All right, so for the multiplier surges, for the drivers that have the 2X app, you can figure out what the surge is. Rather than get the plus dollar amount, there is a trick that you could do to go back to manipulate the plus dollar amount back to a surge. And it works great if you get a long ride. It doesn't work great if you get a short ride, because then you just get the surge thing. I'm not going to tell you how to do it because, well, there's a few reasons why I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
But I will say, on my end, I've done it, and I will say it's not worth it.
Well, see, here's my thing though. It's because you're in a different county, Dolph.
Yeah.
I think it's different.
Well, and also you have to be lucky. You have to really, because you're doing. There's a lot going on while you're trying to do this. So
yes, I know. And
then you have to guess, and you don't know if you're getting it or not. That multiplier surge or not. That's really.
And then you also have to be smart on where you're getting the ping. If you're like in the bright red part of the ping, then you're going to get a higher multiplier. If you're on the outside, a little bit outside of it, then obviously it's going to be a little less.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So people are writing in Orange County, LA, that they like this new surge. And when this new surge came out, what did I say? I said the average driver that's not an experienced driver will like this surge because all it is extra bonus money for them, and it's surge money that they normally would not get. Or they get the surge ride and they go very short, and so they don't really care, which is great.
Yeah, because what's good is you get that short ride, you get that plus $5. Usually you're still in that area. And you can pick up another plus $5 ride.
Right, that's right. And the surge doesn't go away. Yeah, and the surge doesn't go away as fast, okay? Mm-hmm. Which is great and lovely, and I'm not against it, okay? But from reading other Facebook sites like San Diego, your area, Dolph, Inland Empire, the Temecula area, all those things have been going away after a while. Mm-hmm. All of them always said in the beginning, oh, this is great. And then what did Uber do? They did the bait and switch. Those $12, $13 amounts, now they get up to what? Maybe $5, $6 at the most. Sometimes maybe $8.
Yeah. Well, here it's going to $2.50.
Well, now think about this. If you're Uber, okay, unless you come out with this plus dollar amount, thinking that the drivers are going to make more money, which everybody freaking knows is f***ing bullshit. Right? And then if you do it the other way, the normal way that they're going to do it, and then think about it. If everyone's pissed they got another freaking pay cut, how many more people are going to quit driving? A lot more. People quit driving will cost Uber way more money than pay them out now, screw them later approach, okay? Plus, it brings up the morale of all you drivers. Oh, I like this surge. I'm getting paid extra money. And then what happens later? They're going to cut it off again, and you're going to be screwed. And then we've only had, 2 weekends of this? And people started working the Irvine concert, Ohana, parts of LA, and telling me how much great this surge is. And then what happens? They think every weekend they're going to make this much money. Mm-hmm. Well, we had the air show last weekend, but you guys are always looking at the positive things about when it's busy and how much money you make. Well, guess what? Everybody's making that much money. It's when it's dead and not busy at all. That's when you're a good driver or not. Can you consistently make decent amount of money to support yourself and your family when it's not busy? And the true test will be January and February of next year. Right now, we're coming into the meat of our season right now. Halloween's great. Thanksgiving's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Christmas is awesome. The week after Christmas sucks, but then we have New Year's. Do you really think Uber's not going to play that bait and switch game with the drivers? You know they are, because think about it. They have to if the drivers start making less money, then what they're going to do is the drivers are all going to protest again, do a big uproar, be pissed off, go to the news outlets, blah, 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 blah. But if they make it look like we're making more money and everyone's happy with this new surge thing. And then slowly they start, lowering it like they did in San Diego and like they did in Santa Barbara and like they did in, Temecula and stuff like that. The drivers aren't going to complain because we're just going to go back to, oh, do you remember when they first started and surges were these dollar surge amounts were so good? I was making really good money. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, they're going to be sitting in the Uber headquarters going, that'll shut those drivers up.
So, Dolph,
oh my goodness.
Dolph, it's not Halloween yet. Dolph, you work a lot of Santa Barbara. What are these plus dollar amounts going up to? What's like the highest you've seen lately?
$2.75.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
anyway,
just to preface this, $2.50, that used to be, like a light red. When it looks pretty much orange, right? But yeah, nowadays it's looking like deep red. Like this is the highest it's gonna go.
And that's the highest it's gonna go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, but the thing is, though, it is deep red for the passengers.
Oh yeah,
it's just not the dollar amount that we want to get as drivers. So it's gonna,
yeah, of course,
yeah.
Now I will say, regardless of how this honestly really sucks, the plus dollar amount, but Lyft's really sucks because one, they don't pay any type of prime time, and now you have to be like in a certain area in order to get the Lyft one. The Uber one, you drive, you get that plus dollar amount, even when the surge goes away. At least your next ping is gonna show that dollar amount,
and hopefully you get a short ride on that next ping though.
Hopefully, yeah.
So rumor has it, I don't know if you guys heard, in LA they're coming out with a proposal to pay drivers $15 an hour minimum wage plus $15 in gas and expenses.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it's rumor. It's definitely
it's a real deal.
It's it's a proposal. It's
right.
I do think there's kind of an outroar from the public saying, "Oh no, if that happens, then I'm not going to be able to afford Uber or Lyft or." It's like it just kind of just shows that the public doesn't care that what the drivers are actually being paid. That if we're actually paid fairly. Of course they don't care.
But that's this whole world.
That is.
Are you telling me that you never go to Del Taco and you get tacos for 69 cents or 59 cents on Taco Tuesday or 3 for $1? And you're like going, how the hell are they making money?
Yeah. I know.
No one thinks that way. They just go, "Oh, this is cheap. Let's go eat there." That's how our brains are weirdo.
Well, I'm saying if you think you're going to get some sympathy from your passengers, when you start chances are, they might just be, nodding, saying yes, and agreeing with you at the time. But deep down they're like thinking, "This is a nice cheap ride."
Do you know what happens when you try to get sympathy from passengers?
They 1-star you.
That's right. Your rating goes down. No joke.
Your rating goes down.
They don't want to hear someone whining and bitching about the job that you're doing.
But you know what? Sometimes it's worth it.
Yes,
you got to let it out on someone. It's cheaper to get that 1-star than have to pay $100 in therapy. Okay,
$100 in therapy.
Are you talking about experience stuff? That's what it sounds like. No. So anyway, the rumor thing I was mentioning is that there is a small chance that Uber could leave California at the end of the year.
Woohoo! Na. Hey.
Dolph, that means you're out of a job, buddy.
Yeah.
That means we don't have this podcast anymore, Dolph.
We wouldn't still do the podcast? No?
Maybe you should spend that $100 for therapy again.
No, I still like bitching and complaining to the passengers about it. F Uber this, F Lyft that,
No, I thought that was just me. Oh, I guess not. Anyway,
you can't tell me how to do my job, Johnny. I'm an independent contractor.
Wow, he's letting it all out
today.
Right?
Tell us how you really feel.
I was born. I came out. I was going like,
what?
I don't know.
I'm telling.
He's going a little nuts on us.
I'm going all the way down back to the beginning.
Dolph, did
Okay,
have you taken your medication today? No? Yes? I don't know.
Everyone pitch in for
I
adults to
don't-
get therapy.
I don't have medication. I'm an Uber driver. I don't have that thing called medical. We don't have
Yes,
a
you
union.
do.
We don't.
Dolph, you have medical. You're under your wife's plan. You have a medical plan.
Oh, that's true.
What are you talking about?
So, just let's put the record straight. I guess the only way to do this job is to have a nice supporting wife who has medical. I know most drivers are out there going out, like driving around with no medical insurance.
Sheesh.
On that note, always tip your driver.
And don't be creepy, Dolph.
Yes,
Dolph,
and
yeah,
please
she's talking
sit
to you.
diagonally.
It's not even Halloween, and I swear this is one of our craziest shows we've ever done. Anyway, until next time, peace out.
Vagina.
For more information about driving for Uber and Lyft, reach out to us on Facebook or visit our website at kingofuber.com.